In an echo, Rylee, Rylee, Rylee. So this is actually a reread of a story that I read on our podcast, Shay and Rylee Audio, Make It Your Business. I actually introduced a superhero short story series that I was writing that I hope to turn possibly into a narrative podcast. And the name of the superhero is The Advocate. It's based on a woman named Rylee, who is a middle-aged superhero, actually, a woman in her mid-40s. It was just a conversation Rylee and I had one day about not seeing a ton of Black female superheroes. And I think Black females do superhero-like activities every day. But what if we had one that had actual abilities as well? I know this is a kind of a playoff of She-Hulk that is coming to Disney Plus, who is also a lawyer. But I just felt like, an advocate is another term for a defender. So this is introducing. Blurry images of smoke, fire, shattered glass, bodies, and pools of blood are sprawled across a major intersection. Paramedics run in slow motion over to the bodies as firefighters try to quell the blazes. Rylee's blurry, smoke-induced vision begins to narrow as her eyes start to close. In an echo, Rylee, 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 Rylee. How? Rylee! Rylee bolts upright and jumps off the doctor's sofa. What? How? What? Rylee. 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 My apologies for shouting. It's been a while since I've done hypnosis. Rylee clutches her chest as she slowly inhales and exhales. Didn't know you startled so easily. Didn't know you startled at all. Dr. Stuyvesant enters notes on her iPad. You've never done hypnosis before. Rylee, what did I say about you roaming around in my head? You get to roam around in mine. Dr. Stuyvesant stops taking notes and pulls the iPad into her chest as she looks up at Rylee. 'Cause it's my job to, remember? And I only get to do so when you come to do the work. It's my job as well. Rylee chuckles at her own joke as she lifts herself off the couch and begins to pace around the room. Rylee, remember the point of this exercise was for us to go back to the day where my world got turned upside down? That's not what I was going to say, but you were thinking it. Rylee, okay, I'm sorry. Rylee turns around from the bookshelf she was facing with her hands up as though she was surrendering. Listen, I know this time of year is always difficult for you. And I know there are no words, but that is one of the reasons why we're here, right? A glass of water on the coffee table starts to levitate. Rylee! I'm thirsty. Dr. Stuyvesant places her iPad down on the table and clasps her hands over her crossed legs. You agreed when we began our work together. No abilities. Rylee laughs playfully as the glass slowly lands back down on the coaster. Dr. Stuyvesant sighs as she punches a few notes into her iPad. My apologies, Dr. Stuyvesant. I was just avoiding this session. Rylee casually sips her water while avoiding eye contact with the doctor. Dr. Stuyvesant peers over the top of her readers. Talk to me about what you saw while you were under. Rylee rubs the taper in the back of her short bob before making eye contact with Dr. Stuyvesant. It was the same scene. The same one from a year ago, the same one from 10 years ago, the same one from 20 years ago, and the same one from 15 years ago. Completely out of order right now. I get it. A traumatic accident can have more than that effect on its survivors, but the reason we went back to the scene of the accident was because you seemed to fixate on that part of this day more than any other. Rylee sighs and sits deeper into the sofa. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes left. Let's reverse course a bit. Okay. Before you went under, you spoke about you and your family going to your parents' sites this morning. Well, it is tradition. Yes. But how did you feel when you were visiting the site today? Rylee shrugs as she flips the left side of her bob over the crown of her head. I just wish Marley and the kids had a chance to get to know them, you know? They always get so excited this time of year because it's so close to my birthday, and I get so angry because this was never a time of celebration for me. But you understand why it is for them, right? Of course I do. It's just you want them to understand why this is a challenging time for you as well. Yeah. Yes, all of that. Well, have you expressed any of this to them? Starting with Marley. Dr. Stuyvesant leans over to grab a sip of water while maintaining eye contact with Rylee. Time's up. Rylee, what did I say about poking around in my watch? Rylee holds up her right arm to show the time displayed on her smartwatch. What? My watch alerted me to the time. Oh, right. Your smartwatch. Of course. Rylee lifts herself off the couch while grabbing her cognac leather tote and draping it over her right shoulder simultaneously. I want to continue this the next session, Rylee. Dr. Stuyvesant gets out of her armchair and places her iPad face down in it as she walks Rylee to the door. Of course. And we still have the matter of this very important birthday that you have coming up. Ugh, do we have to talk about it? Yes, of course we do. Don't forget to keep journaling your nightmares as well, because still trap up here, Dr. Iverson. Rylee taps her pointer finger against her left temple. Oh, wrong side. Fly safe? Come on, Dr. Stuyvesant. No, I can't fly in these shoes. The two share in their amusement.